So today I wanted to talk about Silver Nitrate by Silvia Moreno-Garcia. This is going to be mostly spoiler free. Let's dive right in. I really enjoyed this. It's a cool story. I read it based on this comment. It was my third novel by this author, and it was nothing like what I thought it was going to be. Even going off of this comment, it's very different from what I thought it was going to be, but it's very cool. It's a very soft magic system. You get cool details about it though, and it's really interesting. It's very occulty. It gets into a lot of like occult mysticism, like historical, like Aleister Crowley-esque kind of things, but not just lifted. There's a lot of ritual to it. There's a lot of like witchcraft components and occult components. And also the story has a lot of history that's incorporated into the story, and specifically history of the TV and film industry. And it gets into a lot of the tech and the science and different things that were used over time. The story itself is set in the 90s, but it talks about a lot of early era silver screen. That's where the name comes from. And that silver nitrate was a chemical that was used in early film production. And it gave the film a certain artifacts and effects. And this basically becomes a reagent that was used at some point by a specific occult practitioner, and it gets all into that. There's other occult practices that are shown in the story, but it's really cool and really interesting. And if you've read her other stuff, you'll probably like this book. With that said, I will say parts of it were really tough for me. The characters are not likable. I think that they are intentionally not likable. That's usually a massive turnoff for me, and I've DNF'd several books that had very unlikable characters. These aren't so bad that it made me not want to finish the book or anything, but I will say just prep yourself going into it that you might struggle with that a little bit. The story itself is really cool and really engaging, and it's a page turner, and you really want to know more about what's going on, and especially with the occult vibes and everything. I always wanted there to be more of that. You do get a lot of it toward the end, but it's a kind of a slow burn to get there. So overall, I gave this book a 4 out of 5.